I want to begin again with the Sri Sukta, which is the teachings of Lakshmi. But will you put your left hand on your heart, please? And your right hand, I want you to close into a fist and just extend your Jupiter finger, your pointer finger. And then let that come down to rest at your side. So you're very relaxed in your shoulders, hand on your heart. Close your eyes here. Left hand on your heart. Right hand makes a little fist, pointer finger up toward the ceiling. Yeah. And then settle in here. Begin to breathe nice and slowly. I'm going to read to you from the 5th verse of Sri Sukta, the teachings of Lakshmi. I take refuge in Shri, who is delightful, uniquely lit, shining with glory, revered and attended by luminous beings, and known in the world through her generosity. I want you to know you as generosity. What does that feel like to be you as generosity? I take refuge in that Shri, who is embodiment, the lotus, and whose seed sound is Im, I am. And the seed sound of Lakshmi, may my inner and outer poverty be destroyed. My inner and outer poverty be destroyed. So the first translation here is, please bring Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and fullness, to me. May I recognize and embrace her as Chandra, the embodiment of delight. May I remain aware of her presence at the crown chakra. You are always my consciousness, my fire of consciousness. Your blessed children, like myself, I delight in the nourishment of Lakshmi. I call on this radiance. The name of this Lakshmi is Chandrakala. It is the glacial snow. It melts at the crown chakra and irrigating all systems of the body, all faculties of the mind with its ambrosia. And may the ambrosia of Chandrakala fill me with passion for life. May it nourish my body and mind and senses. And may I pass on this passion and nourishment to human beings, to all beings who are always in need of love, compassion, patience, the capacity for forgiveness, and overall inner healing and rejuvenation. So you're touching your heart, you're raising the wisdom, the Jupiter finger. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. You could repeat it with me out loud or to yourself. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. 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 2 more times. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. See yourself as generosity. See yourself as nourishment. Loving all beings, forgiving all beings, being that one of forgiveness and love and compassion. That is abundance. That is prosperity. And then bring your hands together at your heart center. We'll chant the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Release your hands down. Open your eyes and up to your hands and knees, please. And press back for Lauren into child's pose. Lauren, you can also make lavender cookies. I'll be telling you all lavender things throughout the entire class. Give me a theme, I'll go with it. Yeah, I have a great recipe for lavender cookies. Beautiful, everyone. Sink into that space of prosperity, inner and outer prosperity. You have everything you need. But beyond that, like that's an easy conversation, right? All right, I get it. I got everything I need. Okay, thanks. But you know what? You have so much more that you haven't even tapped into yet. You are so much more. How much more generosity can you receive in yourself? And that doesn't mean and never means that you'll be exhausted. Never means that you'll be exhausted when you give. That's when you're giving from the heart. Right? When you're giving through the ego or through thinking that you have to do something, right? So that you look better or whatever that may be, that's when you get exhausted. The ego gets tired. The heart never gets tired. Come on up, downward facing dog. Right? You even realize when you're using the blueprint of the body that we always talk about, that the body may feel that great stretch, but it doesn't feel exhausted. When do you feel exhausted? When you don't integrate your body through this asana practice. You feel exhausted when you don't draw in those ribs and pull that navel in and open up through the chest. You feel exhausted because your body has to work harder. So here, bend your knees slightly. Hug the outer shins in, widen the inner knees. Pull the inner thighs wide and apart from each other. Now scoop the low belly a lot, keep the knees bent. Widen your sit bones a lot. And now push your legs back to straight and get so strong here. Get so strong. And through the strength of your legs, soften through your heart. Through the strength of your legs, let your heart widen. And then walk to the front of your mat, standing forward bend. And drop into yourself, my friends. Drop into yourself. My son wrote this amazing, every one of the ones he wrote, it just has blown me away. Every single chant that you will hear is going to be his own version. And one of them is just talking about meeting yourself. Like, hello, here I am. Welcoming yourself, meeting yourself. How do you do? Good, bend your knees here, reach your arms forward and up, chair. And then rise all the way up to stand. Take a baby back bend here and then bow forward. And do that a couple of times. Come back to chair. Rise up, take that baby back bend. Maybe get crazy and open up those arms to cactus arms and float back. Do not let those ribs pop forward. And then bow forward again. Nice, Susan. Yep. Kathy, beautiful. One more time. Bend those knees. Nice, Lauren. Rise up, Jen. Beautiful. Take that baby back bend. Alice, so nice. And then once you rise up, the next time that you've come all the way up to stand, bring your hands to your heart center and pause. Close your eyes. Welcome to you. Welcome to Lakshmi. Welcome to the prosperity in all aspects of your being. Today, we're looking at generosity as one. You as generosity. Good. I'd like you to begin breath of fire here. Inhale, exhale through your nose. Pump your navel center. Keep your hands at your heart center as a prayer. Pump your navel center. In and out, in and out, in and out. Fire center. Shri Sukta, the gift of inner prosperity. When will we recognize? How will we recognize? Bring me the goddess of prosperity, of fullness, And let me see her as the wave of radiance. Exhale fully here, your fire center. Exhale fully. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Now hold your breath for just a minute. Pull the navel in. Reach up through the spine. Pull up. Get tall. And then as you exhale, let your arms just float alongside the body like you're waving your own auric field. And then do that again. Inhale, reach those arms up. Just like you're fanning your own auric field. Right? You're touching all the angelic energies that are always following you. All of those beautiful angelic forces that are always taking care of you. May I seek that, Lakshmi, that as prosperity. Good, one more. Feel that great stretch all the way up, all the energy that surrounds you, and then go ahead and interlock your hands and press your palms straight up to the sky. Keep those front ribs soft, tops of your thighs back, sit bones wide. Good, now sit back to chair, please. Place your hands on your thighs. Hands on your thighs, push down. Now inhale, look forward, widen those knees. Exhale, curl into that curl into that cat. And then I want you to pump your navel here. So no breath at all. And then when you need breath, inhale, look forward again. Exhale, round. Pump your navel. Radiance. So far we're seeing Lakshmi as generosity. Number 2 is radiance in that fire center. Good, one more time. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to round. Pump, pump, pump. Good, inhale, look forward. Beautiful work, you guys. Exhale, bow forward. Sweet. Step your left leg back behind you, please. Inhale your arms to the sky. Breathe so sweetly. Breathe the wealth, the richness. I was saying on Tuesday's class, imagine your spine like pearls up your spine, right? So all these incredible jewels that you carry inside of you. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Take a breath into the back of your heart and bow forward. Gorgeous, Angela. Nice, Sharon. Nice, Nancy. Beautiful, Crystal. And then drop your hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank pose. If you feel a little extra spicy today, take this into breath of fire or just move through your vinyasa. You're like, how long should I do breath of fire here? Good, lower all the way down. If you're still in doing your breath of fire, rise up into cobra, press back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Left foot steps forward, high lunge. We're also gonna do our outdoor yoga soon. And I'll let you know about that too. So many wonderful things. So high lunge, knee pointing right at that second toe. Lift your back heel up here, Kim. Lift your back heel. Yeah. Keep those hips nice and square. Breathe into the fullness. Om Purnamada. Breathe into the richness. Good. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Take another breath in and bow forward. Believe in yourself to be most richest trillionaire of love, of light. Hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Again, coming forward to plank. If you would like to stop with a little breath of fire or move just right through that vinyasa. Pretty, Mia. Very nice. Nice, Kathy. Linda. Allison. Jessica. Really good. Good, Tracy. And then find yourself back in downward facing dog. Good. Step that right foot forward when you're ready. Open up to Virabhadrasana 2. Our front knee has a challenge of wiggling toward the middle of the mat, so keep the knee wide, pointing at the second toe. Lift your hip points a little higher, so both that right hip point and left hip point high. And then slide your left arm down your left leg, take your right arm up and back. Gorgeous, nice hope. And then send your right forearm onto your right thigh, take your left arm over your ear. Yeah, very steady, Ellen, nice. Remember that back leg is anchoring for you. So lift up into that left hip. And then know where your head is along the spine, those pearls along the spine. Good. Drop your hands down to the floor, frame your front foot, spin up your back heel, lower your back knee, inhale your arms to the sky. That was a mouthful. Anjaneyasana. Yeah. Nice, Margie. Yeah, in those shoulders, in that neck. So we find ourselves when we're in these poses, we're such great students that we actually get tight because we're holding it so well. So find the softness and the sweetness here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hands down to the floor, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And any form of vinyasa that you'd like, or resting onto your knees. Maria, so nice to have you in this class. Gorgeous. Make sure those hands feel light, you guys. So there's a lift up from your wrists as you spread your fingers. There's a lift up through the middle of your wrist. So you draw into the forearms. Now bend your elbows for just a minute. Bend your elbows so you can go a little wide on those elbows. Yeah, but now bend your elbows, but then hug your forearms in toward each other. So again, I'm looking for stability, but then lightness. Now go straight on those arms. Gorgeous, you guys. Left foot comes forward, Virabhadrasana 2. Inner knee wide. So what happens when I reach my right arm down my right leg is I might shift my hips toward the knee. I don't want to do that. So take your right hand on your right hip now. Push your hip into your hand, and then take that left arm back behind you. So you're really allowing that back leg to stay so steady for you. Yep. Beautiful, you guys. And then left forearm on your left thigh, right arm over your ear. You can go further if you want to. I just like this variation because you can push that forearm down into that thigh, and then you can release some of that energy in that left rib cage. That's so good, Linda. You feel that sense of lifting up into those left ribs. Really good. Nice, Lana. Nice, Lisa. Good. And then float those hands down to the floor. Drop your back knee. Inhale those arms to the sky. So that moment that you lift those arms up, soften those front ribs, draw them in, and then sink deep into your pelvis. Let your pelvis drop to the floor. Yeah, the breath here. Embodiment of the Lakshmi energy, everything that you are, and so much that you haven't even met yet. Good. Touch down, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Good. Now walk or jump to the front of the mat. Standing forward bend. Open your mouth. Ah. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs and rise up to stand. Good. Relax your arms alongside the body. Nice, Rachel. Yeah. Maybe even close your eyes for a minute. What would happen since we were a child that we were told to receive our abundance, to step into our wealth, and we weren't necessarily talking about money? Not that there's anything wrong with money, that's wonderful. But may I recognize and embrace Lakshmi as wave of radiance. May the Divine Mother Lakshmi dispel the darkness of ignorance, ego, confusion, attachment, and fear. And may the prosperity she brings prevent me from groping in the darkness. May it prevent me from pushing others into the darkness. May the inner radiance guide me to reinvest her gift of abundance in the most illuminating manner, which yields lasting peace and happiness. Nothing fleeting about this. That's the beauty. Hug your left knee into your chest. Good. Take your arms to the sky. Now here you're going to notice that you probably have your tailbone rooted under a bit. So here, before we even go to Vira 3, I want you to push your sit bones back and wide. As you do that, scoop your low belly and then start to send that left leg back to Virabhadrasana 3. Remember, when you use the legs, the power of the legs, the power of your spine here, maybe even bend your knees and then push them to straight. And then slowly let your hands float down to the floor into a split, a standing split. Maybe use blocks. Breathe deeply here, please. Light in your fingertips. And then here, start to bring your hands back to your heart center, arriving back up into that third warrior. And then nice, Alice. Bring your left foot forward, Lauren. Beautiful, Allison. And come back up to stand. Nice job. Heidi. All right, second side. Let's go. Bring your right knee into your chest. Pause for a moment here. I want you to feel your sit bones go back and wide. I want you to pull your navel in. I want you to get longer in your spine by lifting your arms up. And I want you to think every vertebra is getting longer because you're thinking about it. You're sending your mind there to the length of your spine. Wherever your mind goes, that's where something will expand. Good. Slowly take that back. Go slow. So if you take your mind to aggression, anger, judgment, that's where you'll be. Go slow. Flex that back foot. And then with sweetness, let your hands touch the earth as a prayer, a guiding prayer, a gift. I want you to meet you. I want me to meet me. How do you do? One of the gifts of them recording in my house is all we're doing all day long is chanting mantras. I know you wish you were me. I know. Hands to your heart center. Come on back up, nice and slow. And bring that foot forward. Gorgeous, you guys. Hi, puppy. Good. Bend your knees deeply. Reach your arms forward and up. Nice, Sue. Susan, move your feet just a little wider, just a little bit wide. Yeah. And then make sure those inner knees stay wide. Remember, you guys, your shins hug in, but your inner knees go wide. That's giving you incredible, incredible stability. And then touch down, hands to the floor. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Bend your elbow, shrug your shoulders to your ears. Get a lot of space. Now squeeze behind your heart. Squeeze behind your heart. Take your arms up and over any amount. I love that I can see that, Margie. Beautiful. Some of you are facing where I can see your squeezing of your shoulder blades. I appreciate that. Good. Hands to the floor, please. Left leg back. Keep your right knee bent. Good. Take your right arm to the sky. Twist. Beautiful, Allison. Nice, Maria. Keep that right knee coming forward, Maria. Push, push, push. Yes. Now kick up that back thigh even more. Back thigh more. Yes. Now take your right arm over your ear, over your ear. Stretch it, Jen. Very nice. Nice, Angela. Tracy, gorgeous. Nice. Hope. Excellent. And touch down, downward facing dog. All of you. I can't say your name at the same time. Take it through your vinyasa. Thanks for your smile, Kim. Gorgeous. Ah. Nice Vashisthasana, Nancy. Yeah, throw in whatever you feel like. Beautiful. All right, step that left foot forward, please. I'm going to take it into twist. Take that left arm to the sky. Good. Kick that back thigh up nice and high. Pull the throat back. And then aim the top arm over your ear. Good. Watch that front knee has a tendency to back off. Don't let it back off. Push it forward. Nice, Lana. Yep. Beautiful, Lisa. Open up that heart. Open, open, open. Breath in. Kathy, gorgeous. Downward facing dog. All right, come on down to those knees for just a moment. Press back to child's pose or sit on your heels, up to you. This is verse 5. It says, bring Lakshmi to me, the goddess of prosperity and fullness to me. May I recognize her and embrace her as Javanti, the one glowing with intrinsic magnificence. May the Divine Mother Lakshmi give a spark to the Kundalini Shakti lying dormant in me. May the spark of this awaken the inherent potential of all 7 chakras. May this glowing goodness and goddess bring me my highest qualities of light, and so others may understand me. But may she bring the higher qualities of light to others so I can understand others. May she bring natural abundance to light. May I carry the gift of her abundance to the world, and may the world treasure her gifts as I do. Okay, so come on up because we're going to take camel here. We're going to do a little modified camel. So come on up, place your hands on your hips. See that your shins are drawing in toward each other, so be really accurate with those outer shins. If you feel like they're not going to listen to you, put a little block in between your shins. And then feel the tops of your thighs as they move back. As you start to lean back, keep pushing the tops of your thighs back, not easy. As you lean back and lift the heart, lift more from the heart. Imagine, don't imagine, try it. Put your hands on your heart now. Put your hands up on your heart. Good, push up into that. Push up into that, and then put your hands back onto your hips and push your hips down as you lift your heart up. Gorgeous, you guys. And downward facing dog. I don't know how modified that was, but a little something. Good. Right foot steps forward. Lower your back knee to the mat. Anjaneyasana. Arms up to the sky. Left knee on the mat. Maybe on a blanket if you have one. So this is where you have a choice. I want you either to take a thigh stretch, so you're going to take your left hand back to lift up your left foot from the floor, bring your left heel towards your left outer hip, or if that's not going to work for you, bring your arms alongside the body. So if you're doing the thigh stretch, take your left hand back to your left ankle, lift it up and off the floor, nice Allison, all the way up. Yep. You want to make sure your knee is behind your hip here though, so make sure your knee is not directly underneath your hip. Bring that foot off the floor, lift it up. And then send your right knee forward. Send your right knee forward. So your left foot is off the mat. Good. If that doesn't work for you, just let your arms drip alongside the body. Gorgeous. All right. Now lift your heart like crazy. Remember when you had your hands on your heart and you were lifting like crazy? Yeah. Pull the armpits up here. Really nice. Gently release, downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Watch that you don't drop your head back. Remember, pull your throat back more than dropping your head back. Left foot forward, Anjaneyasana, right knee on the mat. Nice. Here we go. So breathe here for a moment. Nice, Teresa. Nice, Anne. All right, so now you have the choice of either letting your arms come alongside the body, but keep those shoulders lifted, or reaching back for that ankle, thigh stretch. Be careful of twisting. Try not to twist when you reach for that back ankle. Good, remember the knee is behind the hip. Now remember what it felt like to lift your heart up into your hands. Do that, let your armpits lift. Lean that knee forward. Nice, Alice. Beautiful, Margie. Mia, very, very pretty. Here we go. Big breath in. And release, downward facing dog. Rachel, nice, you guys. Sharon, rock stars. Tracy, Heidi. Okay, plank pose. Take your Vashisthasana, right hand holds you. Stack your left leg on top of your right. Then step your top leg behind you. Top leg behind you. Maybe stay on your tippy toes. Now lift your chest as if your hand was on your chest. Lift your chest like crazy and lean back. That is it, Maria. Beautiful, Linda. Susan, inhale. Lisa, gorgeous, you guys. Touch down. Oh, that was so pretty. Downward facing dog. This is how I couldn't possibly practice with you because I would miss all this glory. Okay, plank pose, second side Vashisthasana. I'm sitting in a room by myself and look how happy I am because you got, Crystal, that's gorgeous. You guys look amazing. Step the top foot behind you. Yeah. Woohoo. Yes, yes, yes. Open up. See, I just need to say a little bit about your prosperity, and here you are. Downward facing dog. You got it. Your bodies are showing it. Take it through your vinyasa of choice, please, or none. Resting is a wonderful vinyasa. Right? When you crack open that heart, wow, you guys. It's like, oh, I didn't even know I had that much more space in there. And it's going to crack open with pain. So let's also crack it open with prosperity and generosity. All the other things that help us to widen the space, to take it in, to receive it. Good. Walk or jump to the front of your mat, standing forward bent. Open and close your mouth. No jaw tension. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Relax your arms along the side body, close your eyes. So we've received as radiance, as generosity, as intrinsic magnificence. May I recognize and embrace her as Deva Justa, the divinity revered and attended by all of the angels, all the luminous beings, the omniscient, the omnipotent beings. You created the three worlds, earth, heaven, and space that stands in between. And as the omnipresent beings, you reside in the hearts of El. As a wave of luminosity, may I see the divine Mother Lakshmi in all the angelic forms and all of the energies that are not seen by my eyes, but are felt. That's why you feel the energy around you, right? Good. Hug your left knee into your chest. Take your arms up to the sky. This is the tricky part though. Make sure you take those sit bones back. So even though your knee is lifted, I want your butt to go slightly back. I want you to widen at your sacrum. Pull the low belly in, soften those front ribs. Now go ahead and push that leg back again, Virabhadrasana 3. And then as your hands come down to touch the floor, go ahead and take your right arm to the sky, twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe reach back for that ankle, maybe stay right where you are. Beautiful. You're breathing deeply here. Gorgeous. And then softly release the hand to the floor, release the foot to the floor, standing forward bend. Good, hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Hug your right knee into your chest when you're ready. Make sure your left foot is turned straight ahead, not on an angle. Scoop the low belly and press the sit bones back and wide. Take the arms up to the sky. Gorgeous. Every time you reach them up, like fanning that auric field. Thank you, angelic force around me. Good. Send that leg back behind you. Let the hands float to the floor. Let your left arm reach to the sky, twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Watch that shoulder. Make sure you're pulling back from that shoulder. What does that mean? Head of that arm bone, pull it back. Maybe reach back for that ankle. Maybe stay right where you are. Luminous beings. And release down, foot down, hands down. Bend your knees, reach your arms forward and up. Rise up, take a bigger back bend. Yes. And fold forward. Step back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, lower down to your belly and turn your cheek to the side. And rest. Please rest. In this moment, may you meet yourself in the most prosperous way. In the Rig Vedas, it says, may you awaken like the sun at daybreak, ready to make your sacred offering. Set forth with delight like a pilgrim on his journey. O heroic one, move forward with resolve to make this sacred offering of yourself to life. May you plant the banner of victory in the service of humankind. All kind, nature kind, Mother Nature kind. Turn your cheek to the other side. Beautiful, everybody. And go ahead and reach back for your ankles if you can. If you can't, then come into Cobra instead. Remember, as you come into bow, if you're reaching back for those ankles, keep the navel in. It's sometimes forgetful, right? We let the ribs drop to the floor. But keep the rib cage lifted, the navel drawing in, and then inhale, lift up your head, neck, and chest. Pull those heels back, spread those toes. If you're feeling a little extra spicy today, holding onto your ankles, roll all the way over onto your back, and then you'll be in bridge pose. I think it's more for my entertainment than anybody else's, but yeah, nice, Angela, good. Good, and then if you did that for my entertainment, go ahead and roll back over to thanks, Kim. Try the other side, come on, those of you that rolled, go, go, go. This is something that you can do, you know, social distancing at a party, like why not? I love it, you guys. And then as you release back onto your bellies, press back into child's pose. Nice, Maria, good. That got some blood moving. Good, go ahead and lift yourself up and stretch your legs out in front of you. Lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Squeeze into yourself, beautiful ones. Know yourself to be Lakshmi. You are the keeper of your wealth. Good. We're going to do one final back bend because we've worked up to a lot of back bends today. So your body is definitely ready for one more. So you can drop your feet down to the floor. Either prepare to come into full wheel or come into bridge. If you're coming into full wheel, again, take the ribs in, draw the navel in, get more space in that side body, and then lift up. Try to think of your spine here as opposed to just your feet and your hands pushing. Think of your spine, what it feels like to add, and actually some of you can do this that are in full wheel. See if you can take your right hand to your heart. See if you can take your right hand and place it on your heart, just your right one. Yeah. Now, Alice, push up into that hand. Push up into that hand. Lift. Yes. Gorgeous. And try the other hand. Put that hand down and try the other hand if you're in full wheel. If you're in bridge, lift your chin so the sides of your throat can get longer. And then everybody take it down. Everybody come on down and rest for a moment. Beautiful, Lisa. Everybody, that was so sweet. Feel the beat of your heart. Generosity of the heart. Good. Take the soles of your feet together. Unless you need to pull your knees into your chest, you can do that if you'd like. Otherwise, bring the soles of your feet together. Let them be on the floor. Let your knees drop wide. And then breathe deeply into a soft belly here. So that as we've been going through the asana, we're pulling the navel in, which is really important, right? That fire center. But for now, let that go. Relax your belly. Have a soft belly as you breathe deep into your belly. Relaxing through the chest and the rib cage. Relaxing through your back body. Relaxing through your organs. See yourself as the galaxies and the stars and the moons, all the planets, solar system that resides inside of you. See that fire center as the sun, and as the sun illuminates all the other chakras, all the rays from the sun illuminating all the chakras. Know yourself to be so much more. And so that when we get caught up in whatever's happening in the world in any given day, that we don't diminish ourselves or lose ourselves in that. Very easy to do, right? Very easy to lose ourselves in what's happening day to day. Find yourself as a luminous being of generosity, prosperity, with a blue sky, no beginning and no ending. Good. Draw those knees back together. Hug your knees into your chest. And then bring your nose up to meet your knees. Raise your nose up. Squeeze in. Try to hold this with breathing. And then lower your head back down. Nice, you guys. Let your arms float down to the floor. Turn your feet a little bit wider, like you're in a frog pose. Your feet are off the floor. Your feet are lifted still, but you're turning your feet kind of wide as if you're in a frog. That's it. Good. Now place your hands behind your head. On the exhale, lift your head up, squeeze your navel to the floor. Inhale, pull your head back down. Exhale, lift up. Keep squeezing those shins, widening those knees. Very nice. Keep going. Couple more. Good. Two more. Gorgeous. Good. Then take your legs straight up to the sky. Take your arms straight up to the sky. Once again, close your eyes. Let yourself continue to breathe deeply here. Now, some of you stay here. Some of you go ahead and come up into shoulder stand, bringing your legs back and behind you. Some of you, if you're in version today, would prefer headstand. Feel free to roll up and come into headstand. And some of you just keep your legs reaching up to the sky. Nice, everybody. You're breathing deeply. If you're in headstand, make sure you press down through your head. So you're not just dropping into your head, but as you press down into your head, you're lengthening through the sides of your throat. The neck muscles are engaged. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure you're looking straight up towards your toes. And maybe even walk your hands down your back just a little bit and lift up a little bit higher. Elbows come in maybe just a little bit more. Nice. That's it, Kathy. Yep. Good, Mia. Great, Ellen. That looks nice. Those of you with legs up, arms up, awesome work holding that for a long time. Nice, Sharon, Margie, Crystal. And again, wherever you are, begin to lower yourself back down nice and slow. Gorgeous, Heidi. Nice job. And you can either lower yourself down into child's pose if you were in headstand, or just lower yourself back down. If you're in shoulder stand, you like good, Angela, just roll your head side to side. And or if you really do love moving into fish from shoulder stand, you're welcome to do that. Nice, Kim. Great. All right. And then hug your knees into your chest. If you're in child's, just stay there because we're coming up to meet you. And then everyone come on up to sit. Stretch your legs nice and wide, Upavista Konasana. Walk your hands forward any amount. Make sure your sit bones go nice and wide. So you know, most of you know this, you know that I'm a fan of bending your knees too to get it out of your hamstrings for just a moment. Good. Wiggle your sit bones back a little bit more. Scoop your low belly. And then as you take your spine as far forward as it's comfortable, then push your legs to straight. So you gave a little bit of a softening. Yeah. And then see where you can relax through your hands and your shoulders, right? And I studied with Sarah when I was in India the first time. It was such a beautiful feeling of being so much more feminine in the poses, so much more light in the poses instead of pushing, right? Instead of, a very harsh way of moving into the poses. She taught a very feminine form of the practice. There's a lightness. So maybe we even keep our knees bent the whole time, right? So what's more important is that we're gathering the information from our body. We're really in connection with our body as to how we're going to move, not because this is what the rule is. Don't you guys think that like all the rules have been broken now? Like there's no more rules anymore. You know, and that's kind of sweet because now we can start over again and say what really is the truth? What is the true nature of how I want to exist in the world? I'm visioning it and I'm making it right now. Take your right arm over towards your right leg and then side stretch. Take your left arm over your ear, side stretch. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. And then as you come back up, let me see if I can instruct this. Bring your left, that was your right, to bring your left ear down to your left shoulder. Left ear to your left shoulder. Don't reach to the left yet. Just bring your left ear down to your left shoulder. Good. And then take your left hand up and help you to stretch that side of that neck. Good. Remember which side you're on. Come on up and then take your side stretch to the left. So take your left arm. First of all, take your left arm over to your left leg and stretch your right arm over your ear. So now we're going to do the second side of side stretching. Yep. And then we'll do the second side of neck stretching. Yeah. Beautiful, you guys. Big breathing here. And then as you come all the way back up, you're going to take the other side of a neck stretch. You got it. Good. And then come all the way back up. So do not scream at me. Step back to downward facing dog here. Don't get mad. Downward dog. You're like, but we're cooling down. I know, but I can't help this because you did a lot of back bending. You did some great hamstring stretches, so I can't help myself. I need a Hanuman. Right foot forward, please. Left knee to the mat. And let's take it into Hanumanasana. Any mat. Ardha Hanumanasana is very beautiful. Full Hanuman, straighten both legs. So drop your back knee, Lauren. Back knee down. Bring your front leg just straight. Yeah, I like that, Alice. Hands on blocks is nice. And send that front leg. Keep your hips square. Draw and scoop the belly. Nice. Great, Jen. Great, Teresa. You guys got this. Nice. And you know, if anything, it's more in your face, right? The softness in your face. Nice, Jessica. You guys got this. And then inhale, come on up. Aren't you happy? I asked you to do this. Try the other side. No forcing. Gathering yourself. Softening in the shoulders. Wandering into the legs. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. And release. Come back to your seat. We will finish with a hip opener here. So Agni Stanbhasana. So either stack your right shin on top of your left shin or your right shin in front of your left shin. Make sure your feet are flexed. So remember, if your right knee is quite high, you're going to want to bring your shin in front of your other shin instead of stacking on top. If it's a little high, that's totally doable. And then press the sit bones back like crazy, scoop the low belly, and wander forward if you can. If not, stay right where you are. If you have some healing knees happening here, I want you to be very clear about flexing those feet. Inner thighs move wide. Good. Inhale, come on up and change sides. This body, this mind. So powerful. To receive this birthright, prosperity, the jewels of the lotus. Right? All of these practices, these physical practices are here to set us up so that we can sit in meditation. All these physical movements are here so we can sit longer and meet ourselves. Nice to meet you. Good. Inhale, come on up. Come to a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Bring your left hand back onto your heart. Make a fist with your right hand and point your Jupiter finger straight up to the sky. Let your elbow release down next to your rib cage. So your shoulders are relaxed. Bye, Ellen. And we'll go back into the mantra. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Continue the mantra either silently or out loud. Seed mantras to awaken this prosperity, this place of deep love, deep generosity. At the end of the next time you finish mantra, you can release your hands down and we'll come into a silent meditation here just for a moment. And then as you feel ready, you can come to lie down on your back for Shavasana. And let yourself fully relax. May I recognize Lakshmi as Udara, fully manifest and active prosperity. Nature is a container of limitless abundance, but most of it lies dormant. To those not fully bathed in your radiance, the dormant abundance is inconceivable. May the Divine Mother Lakshmi, as Udara, shake off the dormancy of nature's abundance and make it perceivable so that people with limited knowledge and comprehension can gain access into this nature's abundance. May the goddess of active prosperity infuse the minds and hearts of seekers with generosity. And then begin to deepen your breath. Whether you're sitting or lying down, let yourself stretch and yawn. If you're lying on your back, feel free to take a spinal twist left and right. If you're seated, take a spinal twist left and right. And then if you're lying down, go ahead and rise back up to sit. Bring your hands to your heart center. Promise me that today you'll see your radiant self, even if it's just a glimpse, and that you will continue to notice the abundance around you as it appears in many different forms, and that you know yourself to be all the gifts of the universe. You are the keeper of this prosperity. Inhale for the sound of Om, deep breath in. Letting your hands slide up to the space between the eyebrows. Releasing the hands and opening the eyes, and I will unmute everybody. I hope you have an exquisite day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheryl.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sheryl.
Thank you,
And thank your son, too.
Yes. Yes. Love, love.
Happy
Who's
day.
next? Kundalini,
Time
Sheryl?
for Kundalini yoga. What?
Is Josh and Jordan going to be here for Kundalini?
They are supposed to, Josh is supposed to be here for Kundalini.
Tempting. I have so much to do. But Josh, oh, my heart with that voice.
I know. I know. Yeah, he's supposed to be here, so yes.
Maybe I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, you guys. Love you.
Cheryl, before you jump, can I
Yeah.
have your email address so that I could get that lavender cookie recipe from you?
Sure. It's Sheryl.Edsall@gmail.com.
Okay, great.
Sheryl
Thank
with an
you.
S.
Okay, perfect.
Hey,
Thank you.
hey,
Yes.
Veron. I couldn't get into Mind Body, so will you
Okay.
make
I'm sure
sure that
Veron-
you check me off?
I sure
Thank
will.
you.
Thanks, honey bunny. Love you.
Bye. Love
Bye,
you too.
Susan.
Bye.
Bye, Heidi.